Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please like this video and subscribe. We're continuing on from where we were. The video got interrupted by a phone call, and then it stops recording automatically. So, like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This video is going to be chicken pot pie part 2. You saw where we got the garlic, minced garlic out. And now we're just softening the carrots and onions. And that's all it. Now we're going to add the garlic. And we're going to start softening the garlic. That in there. Now, the next thing we do is we stir in the flour, in this case cornstarch, and we cook it until it's bubbly. It really doesn't take long for it. Bubbly. Then we gradually whisk in the chicken broth and boil. So we've got our chicken broth here. We're going to put it in. Bring the chicken broth in, and we're going to cook it till it comes to a boil. And it's going to the cornstarch is going to mix up with that. Well, once it comes to a boil, it's going to start thickening up. It smells good with garlic. Garlic and the onion smells awesome. And I know it looks like I've spilled a couple things, but overall, the kitchen is, the stovetop is clean. People always say a messy cook is a good cook, but I know people that cook that say that's not the case. A messy cook is one that's hiding what they're doing. So, I try not to be a messy cook because I'm not hiding what I'm doing. You can see it all here on the video. And please reply in the comments if you make this recipe. Please reply in the comments to how it turned out and if you liked it, and what other recipes you'd like. I cook every weekend when I'm home, so next weekend we'll probably do shepherd's pie or possibly a baked ziti or lasagna. The baked ziti or the lasagna will be a 3-part video. Because we start with the homemade sauce for it, which is a video all its own. Broken up in pieces because it takes all day to make the sauce. So, we're just going to let this do its thing. You get the top of the gluten-free pie crust that I've had thawing on a plate so that it's easy to work with. The problem with the gluten-free one is the top of it never looks as nice as the others because the pie crust just doesn't last as easy. It cracks. But my son-in-law says the cracks don't make it taste bad, so I'm told that my daughter and son-in-law don't mind that it doesn't look pretty, as pretty as the others. Here we go here. While we're waiting for that to cook, I can start getting the other stuff ready. And start getting some of this put away because we're all done with this. We're all done with this. Here's the Knorr chicken broth. It's very good flavor in this chicken broth. I use either Knorr or Campbell's. It just has a better flavor than the no-name. Oh. Alexa, set timer 5 minutes.
5 seconds. Starting now.
So our broth has started boiling, and we boil it for 5 minutes while we're stirring it to thicken it. I've set the Alexa timer. I have Alexa that keeps me company when I'm cooking, and I have Mr. Buddy. He always lays right there when I'm cooking. He's very good for a puppy. He's only 10 months old, and he's a very good puppy. So, once I'm done cooking, he does his Roomba thing through the kitchen, like any other dog. With the cornstarch, sometimes after you have to add a little bit extra. It's not a perfect science to add them to the exchange substitution amounts, but it's pretty close. I think on this one, I think we're going to add just 1 more tablespoon of the cornstarch. Just to get it a little thicker. And that'll whisk in. Once it boils down, it'll boil down into no lumps. There we go. There we go. It's thickening up a bit more now. You don't want it too thin because if it's too thin when you cut it, it'll all seep out of your pie crust. And we do flash freeze it. When we freeze it unwrapped and then wrap it after it's completely frozen to keep the moisture out, and it keeps it from getting freezer burnt, and it keeps it from going soggy. So that's how we want this frozen. Alexa, what's left on timer?
left on your 5-minute timer.
This is the boring part, the stirring. Stir, stir, stir. It's also kind of relaxing too, though. Now, timer's almost up, so we're going to put the heavy cream in. We're going to put our herbs that we've already mixed in together in. Alexa, stop timer. And we're going to add our chicken in. This is where we get to the chicken portion of the chicken pot pie. I have another camera for my cooking videos, but I have to set a place up for the computer for it to attach to in the kitchen. And we're still working on that. We're doing some more tile on the backsplash, which we did this tile here. My dad gave me that tile before he passed away. And then I bought this stuff to match it to go over here. So once we get the tile done and the kitchen painted again, then I'm going to make a spot for my computer, probably over on the fireplace. And then I'll have a regular webcam with the light. So we're going to cook this for, it's usually about 5 minutes. So, yeah. Yeah, we stir in the heavy cream, the chicken, parsley, thyme, and rosemary, and then we're going to assemble after. Oh, and then we put the cheese in at this point as well. The cheese is optional, so it's not on the recipe, but we like it with the Parmesan. Just gives it a nice little sip. It's not a whole lot to make it real cheesy. It's just enough to, just a hint of the Parmesan flavor. Sometimes I'll get a Parmesan Asiago mix. And the Parmesan cheese that I buy pre-shredded. And that's nice blend with those two hard cheeses. And again, you don't want to use a no-name cheese. You don't get the flavor with it. So we're going to let this simmer. We're going to turn it down to about 5 and let it simmer for about 5-6 minutes while we get our pie crust ready. Alexa, set timer 6 minutes.
6 minutes, starting now.
Here's all our cleanup stuff, which I'll turn the video off before I do the cleanup. These are my clean tools. I just set in the kit sink. We have to get our egg wash ready. Here is our, oh, we want to do some stirring here. so we don't end up with it. There we go. We always assemble the gluten-free first. So then we put the gluten-free away. And after the gluten-free is away, then I bring out the non-gluten-free crusts and we take it from there. To assemble, we'll bring the pot of filling over. Alexa, cancel timers.
6-minute timer canceled.
So we've got this to the desired thickness. That's what we're looking for, because it's also going to thicken up once it's in the pie crust. We scoop it out like this. And we usually get about 2 or 3 pies out of this. So I'm hoping that we get 3 out of it. This time, I'm going to try. This doesn't look pretty when we put it on. I'm going to show you the other one that's going to look pretty. This is putting the top crust together out of a gluten-free pie. This is the problem with gluten-free. And I've yet to be able to find another good gluten-free crust. It's really hard to do good gluten-free things, although I have a recipe for homemade gluten-free cookies that are good. But they are also vegan. So we have our egg wash here. I'm just looking for my brush for the egg wash. So we'll put the egg wash on top. I'm going to show you the assembly on the one that is not gluten-free, because gluten-free top never looks as pretty. So let me get this out of the way. Gluten-free is going to go in for flash freezing. Steve, can you do me a favor? Oh, were you? Okay. I don't know if we're going to get 2 more pies out of here. I was going to see if you could grab the tarts out of the freezer, because I don't think we're going to get 2 whole big pies out of here. So I was going to make up a couple little tarts. Leave what? Okay. Okay. So there's 1. Okay, drive safe. Thank you. I hope everybody tries this at home. And do let me know how it turned out for you. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on 1 sec. So now we have the assembly of the non-gluten-free ones. And these ones will look prettier, I promise. When I have to do gluten-free and non-gluten-free, I don't make homemade crust because of the crust contamination issues. When I make a crust, it's a whole process, and there's flour involved, and we definitely don't want a celiac to have flour products. So 2 things. This makes it a little easier doing it this way. Of course, because I don't have to do the crust, and I only use quality pre-made crusts when I do, and I make sure that I don't poison my family. So that's a big piece of it. I have an upcoming video. I'm going to make an apple pie, and I will make that with my homemade crust. And then we'll do some peanut butter cookies, and I'm going to try and do at least 2 recipe videos a month. So if you like these, do tune in. Now we're crimping the edges. Going to cut the edge off. And then we'll take the egg wash and wash the top of it. This is what gives it the shiny look. The egg wash makes it nice and shiny when you're cooking, and it'll keep it shiny. There we go. So we're going to put these aside to freeze after, because I always make sure that my gluten-free is frozen and wrapped before I put in the non-gluten-free product with it. Because again, we want everybody to be healthy and enjoy the food and not have an allergic reaction. Upcoming, we're also going to do a formal dinner table and family dinner day. It won't show the actual family dinner, but it will show getting ready. It will show the formal dining room. It will show the setup on the formal dining room, the right forks and china and etc. to use, and I have my good china sets from Germany. My mother's good china set when I was growing up was a Royal Albert from England. And it was from my mother that I learned to set a formal table. Even though she died when I was young, I remember as a child helping her set the table. I remember being 8 or 9 years old and helping her set the table. And my dad always liked apple pie that she made him. She always made him apple pie. And he said nobody could make an apple pie or a roast or a turkey like my mom. He loved her cooking. Even just before he passed away, he told me what a great cook she was. And how much he loved her and how much he loved Rebecca, his current wife. So, it's one of our nice conversations. It's nice to hear. So, that being said, I guess my parents are reunited once again. And, yeah, we miss them, but you know, not a lot to do, so here we are. And that is the last chicken pot pie ready. When we bake these, we bake them at 350 degrees for 45 minutes, covered. And then you do about another 15-20 minutes covered. You cook them from frozen. Or another 15 or 20 minutes uncovered to brown the crust. But you watch as your crust is browning. If you get too much browning around the edges, then you put a foil wrap around it. Most people use foil. I have a silicone crust guard that I use around pies. When the crust starts to brown too much, it's always this part here that browns more. So if you have a silicone crust guard, that's perfect to go around. Or if not, then tinfoil will work. And then just keep an eye on it. Once it's cooked, you let it sit for 20 minutes. That settles all the ingredients inside. And when you cut it, it won't all pour out. If you cut it too soon, all the filling will pour out. It'll still taste good, but it won't really be in the shape of a chicken pot pie anymore. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you try the recipe. And leave me a comment. Like this video. Let me know how your recipe turns out. And happy trails.